Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Swamp Creatures podcast. Tonight is a very spooky night. It is the night, 2 nights before Halloween, and we have the dick behind the tower, and it is Dickie Walnuts coming to us from Pensacola, Florida. Bring him in here.
I don't know where he went. He left.
He left us.
What happened?
I don't know.
We lost our Florida man.
Oh, fuck. This is going great already.
Off to an interesting start.
Complete shit show.
We swear to God he was here, guys.
Where's Nick, Ashley, and Jose? We need them to save the show again.
No. It'll be all right. I am your host tonight, Duke Chastain, and I guess we're going to fucking wing it. Go around the horn, boys, and tell us what you're drinking. Rich, start off with it.
I'm going for Old Faithful. Here it goes. Got the Kraken on deck.
Never goes wrong with the Kraken.
There he is.
Okay, there he is.
There he goes.
All right. Now, before you get back to Kraken, Dickie, you had the worst timing whatsoever, my friend.
I did blame Fat Dave's internet. That's where
Fat Dave's internet. Okay, Fat Dave.
He's an engineer and he can't afford good internet. What do you want me to do?
The fuck, Fat Dave?
Well, I introduced you and you weren't there. My heart was breaking in front of all the 2 people that are watching this video. I thought you had left me before we even had gotten started.
I'm sorry.
But alas, everyone, here is the brains behind the retardedness that is Tower Gang. It is Dickie Walnuts.
Hello. Happy to be here. Happy to finally fucking join the stream. Thank you, Fat Dave's internet. But yep, good to be here. I'm not drinking anything tonight because I'm on the wagon after Tom Woods. So I got this Budweiser Zero. We're gonna try it. I don't know how it's gonna go.
That's still drinking.
I mean, you're.
Is it 0 calories or 0 alcohol?
No, 0 alcohol.
What?
It's like O'Doul's
50 calories.
Oh,
Yeah.
The man is he's respecting himself right now.
There you
go.
All right, so you got him. Mitch, what you got going on?
I'm just drinking Dos Equis because I might as well pretend I'm the most interesting man in the world.
Okay, well, we can pretend all we want. Rich,
The more I
you got
drink,
your
the more true
Kraken.
it becomes.
Yep.
Rob,
Yep,
what we got going on over here?
I got the Bumbu. It's also rum. So Rich and I are on the rum train tonight. I have the 2 shots in front of me, so I don't know if I should just do them now or like space them out.
Do them right now.
Right now. All right.
Yeah, just do them right now.
Go.
There you go.
Because you can do more.
There you go.
All right.
That's why.
He's taking
done.
your sins on for you right now, Dickie.
Mara, if you're somewhere,
And,
watching this, that's all you have to do. But like 70 times.
Oh, for Mara?
Yeah.
Where's he even at now? I've lost track.
I don't think he is among us anymore. He's moved on to a higher plane.
I think he was at 35 last time, so I would put him somewhere around like 50 for the next episode.
Oh, it was definitely higher than 30. Tim had him at like 70 anyway.
Oh,
Wait,
70?
does-
So
does-
he's close
does
to
it-
100.
So
No,
is there interest on this debt?
No, that
Yeah.
young boy, he is not going to drink all that booze. He's never going to fulfill his debt.
No.
We should just all accept it right now that it's just going to keep going.
He's
But
like the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, it's just going to keep going. But I'm drinking Pacifico because I want to feel festive with my flowery outfit. And I was also drinking some Irish coffees because, see, we're here for the dick.
Shannon.
Love you too.
See, is that
stepmom.
one of the 2? Huh?
Thanks for coming by.
That is Shannon is my Twitter stepmom.
She's your Twitter stepmom. She's always looking
Stuck
out
in the
for you.
dryer and keeps me out of trouble.
I mean,
As always, we got Mr. Ferg in the house. The Joe Ferg.
all right. Well, Dickie, since you are our guest of honor this evening, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, where you're from, what brought you here.
Sure. So I have lived in Florida for about 5 years. I went to school in Florida. I'm originally from North Carolina. I wore the Duke stuff for Duke. Love you, buddy.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's all feeling it.
Well, that's good, man. I had such a great time with Duke at Tom Woods. I remember about half of that. So from what I remember, it was pretty fun.
Who'd have thought Tom Woods would be such a rager?
I mean, when I first...
He can throw down. I saw him chugging some beers in the corner. He was trying to hide it.
Oh, did you see Tom Woods do the beer bong?
I didn't see that. No. What did I miss?
I missed that.
A lot.
Yeah, when the hell did that happen?
No, the D is not for Dickie, Shannon. It's for Duke. You better recognize. No.
Look, all I got to say is I know Tom had to have loosened up with something because I know how he rants about shorts and Hawaiian gear. So,
but he put on a Hawaiian shirt himself whenever he was
doing a Hawaiian shirt and shorts at one
He gave in.
Exactly.
We win.
Yeah.
We won.
He still lost.
No. But, yeah, when I first met Dickie, I was eating breakfast, and I was telling him to look on over the railing because we've just been having this bromance going back and forth on Twitter for a few weeks, and we just finally decided. No, there was plenty of sexual tension. We started responding with Sopranos memes back and forth with each other, and at that moment, we knew we had a special bond going on there. But no, so I had to run up and get a big old smooch on my bald head. It was me, him. He was smooching on Toad as well, and there was a very hungover fat Dave not wanting to deal with anything at that point.
I want to say two things. So one, Duke's head was so damn smooth, and it was great. It was shiny. I kissed Toad's head before that. He was a little bristly, and it was okay. It is what it is. I got Duke.
You had
after
been
that,
keeping care of
and
it.
It
you
was
know?
like a baby's ass. Not that I kiss those, but I'm a libertarian, so never know. And
Never
the
know
second
what
thing
I
was Fat Dave being drunk and just rambling to everyone at the party, whether it be the night before or the night of the event, is the funniest fucking thing. Because I turn into a wild drunk, and he just turns into a chatty one, and he will not shut up. He's already autistic about this kind of stuff, so he talks all day. Him drunk is just fucking fire hose. It just comes out. It's the funniest thing.
Fat Dave and I measured hands at Tom Woods 2000, and I didn't know how small his hands actually were. I have very small hands because I'm a short guy, but his hands are smaller than mine, and he's taller than me, so it's like disproportionately small hands. It's kind of crazy how that worked out.
No, Top. He lied to you. He had to lie to you about how your head was the best, man. Maybe it was shaped the best, but mine was the smoothest because I did clean it up the morning of just specifically to get that.
I missed
smooch.
it. Who was that?
You're lucky I only got 4 sounds on my sound pad because I would have hit the gay real quick.
This is very competitive, and yet I always imagined all you bald guys. It was kind of like that Family Guy skit where like two bald guys in the elevator just lick each other's heads. Oh, did you guys just do the thing?
So, okay, Duke, tell me, do bald guys give each other the nod? Like, oh, nice dome, bro. Like, is that a thing?
Nice dome, man.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I do judge people on how high their beard, like their freaking sideburns go. Like some guys get the sideburns all the way up here.
No
like, kind of
way. You
think that there is some fade.
Nope.
So,
or they go around the ear, but I kind of like go about mid-ear. I try not to be too ridiculous about it, but that's the only thing I judge people on.
So, spotlight on all of our bald peoples.
That's a good one
See,
too.
Rich
I
knows
was very
what's up.
drunk when I saw you.
That's
Rich,
super shiny.
So on the topic of the bald stuff, I got to point this out. I never understand dudes who are like bald on the top but still have like the hair going on around it. It's like, dude, just shave it all at that point. Go all in.
Yeah, I don't get that shit.
They want to be like Tom Woods.
Yeah, I mean, like.
No, you got, but there you have to commit to growing out a lot over here on the side, so then you can kind of comb it over.
Yeah,
and that's just way too much work involved with that stuff. You just got to just knock it all the way down. I mean,
I'm sure man bun. Man bun again.
Like the horseshoe with a man bun.
Shave the shot size horseshoe.
Oh, you.
Me.
You.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Oh,
We
I don't
talked
care
about
about
hair
your
last week
hair.
with DL Cummings too. We're like, if you had hair, what kind of hair would you have? And he said he would do a mohawk. He said he would do a mohawk. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Well, shit.
Purple
Now I'm gonna have
tips.
to.
Oh, shout out to Leighton in the chat. I saw him, Tom Woods. I was when I got pretty wasted, I was desperately looking for a smoke because I lost my cigar, and I bummed some off of Josh, and then I ran out, and Leighton just out of nowhere he goes, "Man, try this," and he gives me a fucking weed pen. And I'm just like, "Oh yes, yes." I was good for another 2 hours. I kept drinking, so Leighton is the man. Also, she's not in the chat yet, but shout out to CD McRae. Happy birthday! It's her birthday tomorrow, so
Happy birthday.
promise birthday shout out.
Shout out. That's a good shout out.
Rob, when you have sound effects?
Yeah, I got this new toy. It's pretty fun, but I can only put 4 on there. That's what I'm saying. You're lucky I can't put more sound
damn.
bites on there.
So
I
I missed the show for a couple weeks, and I come back and it's a fucking 90s like shock jock DJ going on.
This is the first week I got the sound pad, so
I mean, if you
guess
want
I
to get
picked the
more
right
in
week
depth,
to come
I
back.
have a Joe Rogan soundboard on standby.
No, that's not necessary.
I mean,
It's crazy, bro. Have you ever tried DMT? It works.
No, I haven't.
Whoa.
Okay, so it's Halloween. I have to ask this question. What's your favorite candy bar from like trick or treating? Like, if you're going around as a kid trick or treating, what's your favorite candy bar?
Dickie, go ahead.
Okay. Reese's is always a reliable one. That one's always going to be good. Same with, I'm a Snickers guy too. So I like sweet and salty.
Those are like the top 2, I think.
A little bit of peanuts and chocolate that you can't go wrong. So Snickers is a good one. And if I had to pick a third, I'll go 3. The dark chocolate Milky Way. That's a banger.
Whoa, that is ass. That is an ass.
Oh my god!
You know, like dark chocolate.
No,
Damn.
I mean, I don't mind the
I
dark
like
chocolate.
dark chocolate.
I would go
That's the
Twix.
best.
I would go Twix on the third. Twix
is
used to
good.
be my favorite.
I'm definitely a chocolate over like fruit candy guy. I
Mhm.
have to be in the mood for sour.
Like Sour Patch Kids and stuff. Yeah.
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 Sour Patch Kids is shit.
So, how did you?
Rob, what are your candy bars?
Now we're going around the circle for this. Why not?
Yeah, man, those are probably my top 3.
We're not. Dickie doesn't get to like hoard all the candy bar talk. We all get to talk about candy bars.
Yeah, I have a comment about how he pronounced Reese's.
Oh shit! So
What did I say?
What,
you say
Reese's?
Butterfingers.
I say Reese's too. It's not
Oh,
Reese's.
come on,
fucking
dude. What,
Reese's.
you also say GIF as GIF?
No, I say
No,
gift.
that's
No,
completely
thank
different.
It's good.
No, it's not different. It's
That's apples and
similar-
oranges. Yeah. What do you mean? It's not different. It's
It's
completely
kind of like
different.
potato and potato. Nobody
No,
says
it's not.
potato.
It's not the same thing. No one says
Yeah.
potato. You
Who the fuck
dipshit.
says potato? And
Nobody
if you
says
do, you must
potato.
be
That's my
shot.
point.
No one says potato. This is gonna be a long podcast, boys. I'm gonna have to take another shot. I say Reese's.
Tell me about it. I'm drinking
say
barley
Reese's.
soda.
Yeah,
Snickers.
he's not even able to get drunk. He's got to deal with us fucking sober the whole way, man.
Bud Light's sneaking some alcohol in there. they need you coming back. They need
I hope
you
so.
coming
Dickie,
back.
get ready. This is only going to get more interesting as we all drink more.
Well, on top of it, I'm super fucking cramped because I don't have a good room at my house because I got dogs, space.
Why
So
did you
I'm
say who is also in Pensacola?
I'm in Pensacola.
You're in Pensacola? What?
Yeah. I said that.
Yeah, I
We
heard
had a
it.
whole
But I didn't
conversation
believe
about
it.
that, dude.
I heard it. I didn't believe it. So like, what?
God damn! Why you thought he was trolling you or something? He's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah,
from
of all the cities
Pensacola.
in Florida.
Oh, I was
yeah,
like,
Pensacola.
okay, yeah. We gotta get up and have some drinks then sometime. I just
Let's do
fucking yeah. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But what were you saying, Dickie? Before you were rudely interrupted.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It's
fucking
all good.
amazing.
He's a Pensacola boy. I forgive him. No, I'm at Fat Dave's house, but I have this very limited workspace because 1, he has a big computer sitting here, and 2, he's a midget, so this table is tiny, and like the space underneath. I'm not tiny. I'm 6'4", I got long legs. I'm cramped. So between the sobriety and that, I'm really gonna have to work on my anger management tonight. It's all good. We'll get through it. Fucking midget world. Twix or Kit Kat? Dots?
No one likes dots, bro. Layton, just
Fuck.
turn
Dippin'
on
Dots? Or are you
YouTube.
talking about those?
Like what kind of like Dippin' Dots or what
This-
kind of
no,
dots are we
no,
talking
dots.
about?
No, I just realized
Mike
what
and
he was
Ike
talking
things.
about.
Yeah, like
Jelly
little
dots.
gummies.
Yep.
Oh, they get stuck in your teeth.
Although
They
to be
do.
fair,
They
Dippin'
get stuck
Dots are
into-
pretty terrible too.
Layton likes to save his for later anyway. That's fine.
Mm.
Mhm.
Dude, I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Layton more times than I've seen a lot of Florida people, and he is from Alaska, son. He flies down to all these events. Dude, I love
Dude's a
this
baller.
guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
I mean,
Tropical
shit. You ever
dots
try
are
living up in
greatest.
Alaska?
Layton, I bet you think anything's tropical because you have to hide in a fucking cave 6 months out of the year.
If it's not flavored like moose balls, it's tropical.
I don't know. With Alaska, I have to ask UFOs. Have you seen any? Bigfoot. Like, I feel like there's a lot of crazy. It's the Halloween episode. So I'm
Doesn't
just gonna
even
bring all
really
this stuff
exist.
up.
Ooh,
I
have
don't
a
even know.
question
I've
for
never
Layton.
even seen Alaska before, so I don't know if it exists.
No, Alaska
question.
exists. Wyoming doesn't exist.
Oh, it's Wyoming. My bad.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
yeah. I mean, has anyone honestly met anyone from Wyoming?
I've been to Wyoming.
Two.
Lies.
Didn't like the
news.
Bills
Hilarious.
quarterback go to Wyoming?
Yeah, Josh Allen. Yep.
Yeah, okay, so I guess it must be a real place, but still, Alaska.
Wide open. Yeah, Alaska. Hmm. Here's something. Russia just sold it to the U.S. for like $1 million. So not like just, but when they sold it, wasn't it just like $1 million?
We bought it from the Russians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't know that?
Yeah.
We bought it from the Russians, and then like after that, we discovered like gold and all this other natural resources, and Russia kind of got screwed over when you think about it. But then again, they really didn't realize what they had.
They
I don't know.
said
Hearing
they-
Layton talk about it, he was like, "No, 6 months out of the year, everyone's just super depressed, and if you don't have vitamin D, like you're at suicide risk."
Well, I
Because
mean,
there's
yeah,
no
it's like that in
sun.
Scandinavia
Alaska
too.
stays baked compared to other states. I didn't realize that, and I guess it's because of no sunshine for 6 months.
Oh yeah, they can have like a bunch of plants up there. Like you can grow your own shit, like up to like a few ounces, right? I mean, it's the only way you can
Yeah.
get by. Even the Russians didn't want this hellscape or that hellscape.
Sure.
No, I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like
Speaking-
there would be a lot of crazy stories from up there, like UFOs, Bigfoot. I don't fucking know, like all this other crazy stuff.
I don't think Bigfoot is real, Mitch. I
I'm
think
just
those are,
making,
like,
I'm
bears.
just bringing it up, man.
Hey,
What
dude,
about-
I got a cousin that used to live out like somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, and he had a seaplane, and he said the only way to get to where he lived was by a fucking seaplane. And he said he used to fly for like hours, and there was nothing but fucking just sticks the whole way through.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's crazy to think that there's something out there.
What about the occult?
You've been sitting on that one all
He was-
night already.
As soon as he thought of Alaska, he goes, "Oh, what to do?"
Rob's got a new toy.
He's like, I gotta. All right. So when you and I were snuggled up in the hot tub over at the Tom Woods event, I had learned that you had escaped the army before ever getting into the army. So tell us a little bit about that, because I did not escape. It took me 5 years to escape. I know it took Josh a while to escape as well, but you got out before you even got in.
I did. So that was tough. I was actually going to get to that, and then I got interrupted by the Pensacola guy again.
Damn, bro.
It's okay. No. So can I give the long story? I guess.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Fine,
Yeah.
all right. So I'll go before Libertarian. So I was the classic, like neocon, fuck every Islamic country kind of person. And I backed the blue, and that was like 2.5 years ago, maybe. Once I started buying my own guns, I kind of saw like a lot of these laws are bullshit. And so that kind of introduced me to libertarianism. I learned about red flag laws and stuff, and I'm like, damn, cops kind of suck. Like, not our friends. And that's kind of how I got introduced to libertarianism. I saw how Republicans were just letting us down. I used to be pretty involved with politics. My dad, he works in the North Carolina Senate, so I got to see that firsthand. And so I kind of just, drifted more and more into the libertarian ideals. I didn't read any theory. I still don't, which I probably should. But I still wanted to do military. I always wanted to do that as a kid. I got booted from the Army before I shipped. Well, yeah, you got lucky there, Mike. So I wanted to go the officer route. I was going to get my degree. I was going to have a bachelor's. And so, it's obviously a better deal than going enlisted. So I was working at that. And then COVID hit. And literally every time they were going to submit me before my Army board, they made some bullshit excuse. They'd be like, oh, we have to move the date. And so I never got my board. I never got to do my officer interview. So then I was like, well, now what? I want to do military and I still want to do officer. So I can start as, I think if you have a bachelor's, you can start at E4. I think you can either E3 or E4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to
E4.
Yeah, E4. So I was going to go 35 Mike, which did 35 Tango, which if y'all don't know, that's human intelligence shit. So I'm like, oh, I probably won't be shooting people. I'll just be gathering intel or something. So how bad can it be? Because I was still more on the fence at that point because I was learning more and more. And actually, me and Fat Dave were buddies, and he was telling me like, you probably shouldn't do this if you're a libertarian. And he's kind of giving me the red pill, and I'm slowly thinking about it, but I still wanted to do it. And I get in my contract. It was a 6-year. I was going to be going to Fort Sill and then Monterey for a year of your language school because I was going to do like linguist. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. So literally a week before shipping, me and my wife were talking about it. She didn't want me to go. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, we got married. We're going to be like, that's one big reason why I'm married young. And I'm like, all right, well, if you don't do it, I'm kind of on the fence too, but I don't know if I can get out. So I talked to a buddy who's like in his 40s. He still does like a lot of field stuff in the Marines. He's been there like 25, 26 years. So I talked to him and he's like, bro, if you got second thoughts and you haven't shipped, get the fuck out of there. He's like, they're going to be pissed, but fuck them. So I was like, all right, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got. And so Fat Dave didn't want his bitch to be shipped off. Thank you, Shannon. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. Fat Dave is definitely the bottom. You've seen his ass. Yeah. Like, that thing can't go to waste. He has to be the bottom in a relationship. So
it's all the cushion, yeah.
It's all over
You're
Twitter
very
now,
slender.
So. Exactly.
Fat Dave's thick with 2 C's.
He's very thick.
Double cheeked up on a Tuesday.
I'm not super skinny either. Like, I got kind of a big ass. I gained some weight, but he definitely has me beat. So
he's not quite Jose, but he's pretty thick when how short he is.
He does not have the cheese wheel, but it's like one of those Red Hots you get at the gas station, those sausages. That's about how it is. And he's built like a human showed too, so it fits. So yeah, I'm like a week from shipping. I had been to med sworn in, and I was about to go the last time, and I call my recruiter and I tell him like, "Fuck it, I'm out." Oh, he was so pissed. So I had to go through all the way up to a lieutenant colonel. Actually, I had to talk to one of them, and he at that point was just like, "Look, is there anything we to change your mind?" And I'm like, "Be not work for the government and be blowing kids up and shit, and not my ass for 6 years." And he's like, I guess nothing. So I got, general early discharge. That's kind of how they go because they already prepare your stuff for basic training and your shots and your clothes and shit. But it was tough. It was the best decision I ever made. And then from that, I quickly got into the podcast, started listening to Dave Smith, a little bit of Tom Woods. I didn't listen to him much, but I was talking to Fat Dave, and I was joking. I was like, "So when's your podcast?" And he's like, "Oh, I got one." And they were already like 2 episodes deep with Our Gang. If you have not heard those first 2 episodes, I do not recommend. Like, they're rough.
So
Go
check
it's
out
a whole
those
lot of
first
Toad.
episodes.
It's a lot of Toad just talking about towers. Literally, like just Twitter towers. Like, oh yeah, guys, the other day I did like 4 towers on a guy, and it's like, but it's funny. It's still funny. So I listen to those, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this podcast? So I think episode 3 or 4 they got Maj, and I like Maj Toure. I was like, that's cool. So maybe you guys are legit. So I watched every episode since just about, and I started doing the clips. I think the first clip I did was Jose, because he has a fun laugh. So I watched his show a lot. And so I just clipped all of his laughs and put it as like a Twitter reaction. So every time he tweets something, I'd put the laughing montage. So all you hear is like 2 minutes of, and then he'll lean back, show the pits, and then, he'll go right back to it. So I was like, you know what? I can make mashups of like funny laughs, funny moments on Tower Gang. So I did that. I made the intro. It kind of sucks, but they still have it. So fuck y'all. So that's how I got into that. Long story short, not really short, but now I'm the self-proclaimed executive producer behind Tower Gang.
And do you do anything to actually produce the show?
No. I make clips, so I'll literally record it on my phone with like a video recording software, and I'll clip it on my phone. I got like 80 cracks in my screen because I dropped it at Tom Woods so many times. So
no, I don't believe that.
The rompers don't hold Dickie a lot in the pockets.
No, I had no pockets. Those shorts did not help me out at all.
That's a struggle for girls, man.
Am I supposed to give a shit about women's struggles?
I mean, you got to hold the phones and stuff, right? You always got to hold the phones. That's a thing.
Yeah, why do you hold the phone? Wait, Rob, do you hold their phone for them?
Of course. Yeah, if you're like, if they don't have any pockets or anything.
Well, why are they bringing their phone then?
What are you saying?
I'm saying if they have nowhere to put their phone, why are they bringing it with them? Yeah. Why is it your fault to carry that phone?
Oh, so you're like a pan strong kind of guy over here.
No, I don't hit anyone.
Well, leave your phone in your car, bitch. Like what?
I would never say that.
Wear better pants. What?
Well, maybe I'll say that. I mean, your ass you can't have flat looking ass. You got to have something. If you got to get one of those fake, like,
you have a flat
Wonder Bra type of pants, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Like, I got to go get another beer real quick.
My wife always wears, like, jeans or, like, Daisy Dukes or something. So she always has, like, a back pocket at least. So I never have to hold the phone. I don't know. I don't know what Duke is doing, but...
I don't know.
I'm going to get another beer.
The chat when they say simp.
Simp move. Wait.
Damn.
Do you
in Alaska?
Tim was also judging because he can't be here right now.
He's got like 2 maybe.
I would hold Layden's phone, but he probably hides it under one of his titties. So
I mean, no joke. I knew a dude who lived in Alaska for a while, and I asked him what it was like because I've thought about that shit before. And he's like, dude, if you move up here, if you're like married or have a girlfriend, get ready for literally every guy around here to hit on your wife or girlfriend.
So it's like the army.
Yes.
Dude, like, imagine, I mean, I don't know what the ratio is, but there's got to be way more dudes than there are chicks in fucking Alaska.
There's more Bigfoots.
Don't they like pay you, like, or they have some kind of program where you can get paid to fucking move up to Alaska and like work in the oil fields and shit like that? I don't think a lot of women are like, I don't think women are taking that job very often.
No, but the Crips are up in Alaska.
Crips? Like,
yeah.
Like the gang?
Yeah, like, no
like
joke.
I
remember, you remember when History Channel used to have that show Gangland? They had an entire episode about the Crips in Alaska.
What kind of like
all
street
2
gang?
black people in Alaska?
Yeah, I know. It's.
What?
I mean, there's got to be just a lot of posers up there, or are they like the actual like crippled people like from South Park, like that version of Crips? Like, there's just a lot of crippled people up in Alaska from working on the oil fields or out in the wilderness, and they all got a gang together to like fight for their
what-
rights. or
Blue
something.
I mean, I
because
still
they're
wouldn't fuck with them.
frozen.
Hey, why
What
did
was
I
that?
immediately picture those Crips being white?
What, the crippled ones?
No, the Crips, like actual Crips, like gang Crips.
They're in
but
Alaska,
white.
so they have blue balls. That's why they like the color. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Because no one's getting laid up there. It's fucking 30
No.
below.
And they can't have sheep up there too. It's too cold, right? Well, they got wool.
Tim, get your ass back on the show if you're gonna make comments like that.
There's more moose than chicks in Alaska, so legalize bestiality. All right,
Yep.
so I guess we're gonna go here. Does bestiality
Honestly,
violate
if you
the
can
nap?
manage to fuck
Just
them
like that,
without
Arvin.
it killing you, you should be able to legally.
Just
Like,
like
if
that,
you-
if you
Arvin
do that.
Bavora loves this show.
Well,
Wow.
wasn't that like one of John McAfee's kind of like best tweets ever when he said,
yeah.
"There is no raping of blue whales. If you have sex with that blue whale, that thing wanted you to have sex with it," or something
that's-
along those lines.
Well, it's a huge animal.
Yeah, I mean that
That's
is
the point,
consensual
right?
at that point. So yes, if the moose allows you to have your way with it, it's just looking to have a good time as well.
So don't whales have like a tiny throat? So if he was getting head from the whale, I'm sure it wouldn't be much different, would it? They'd probably feel the same.
I mean, but their mouths are really big.
Yeah, they're massive. How
Look
can
at
you have
one
a big
side,
mouth and tiny
like
throat?
fucking Jonah.
So you got to pull a half of Jonah, and you got to go down and get lodged in right before its throat, so you can
This
throat
is one
fuck
of
it.
those Tower Gang scientific explorations that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So is that
I
why
mean,
Jonah
they don't
was in there
have-
for 3 days? He just enjoyed it.
You know, I really wish John McAfee wasn't dead because this would be something that we would ask
He's
him.
not dead. He's not dead. He's inside of a whale.
Or do you go for the blowhole?
I mean, the blowhole would probably be the more easier access, but then again, you might get sucked down into it because the blowhole is big. You said that the throat was tiny of the whale, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, John McAfee, knowing how he was, it was probably like a baby whale or a minor whale, something underage with a smaller blowhole. So
Something
knowing
that
his
you can
track
have your way
record-
with a lot easier.
Yeah, and wasn't he into like 14-year-olds? I mean,
Damn, bro.
Who the hell knows? McAfee was like a lot of weird
Throw
stuff.
fucking a whale.
if he's
wanna
really-
talk
vegetarian,
about
you
some
can just
news?
assume.
You know, talk about
This is a Halloween episode. If you guys don't want to hear about throw fucking whales, I don't know what you're here for.
This is tame compared to Tower Gang. If you're getting mad about fucking whales, then I don't fucking know.
I'm not getting mad, but I think we should talk about something that has come up since our last show, and we didn't really mention it. And we are a political podcast anyway.
I mean, at times, but yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
Sometimes.
Take the lead.
All right, so after months and months of Fauci just lying to the American people,
Mm-hmm.
the NIH comes out and says, "Hey, we did fund that gain of function research in Wuhan that we were saying we didn't fund."
Yeah.
And also, I got this one. PETA calls on Fauci to resign after allegations against the
Oh, so
public.
PETA actually spoke up.
Yeah.
No, PETA was just telling the MLB they needed to change bullpen to like the arm pen or something like that because bullpen
PETA's
is offensive
PETA's
to
dumb.
bulls.
PETA's dumb,
sucks.
obviously, but like, he's fucking with puppies, bro. You don't fuck with puppies.
But it was in Tunisia. Tunisia doesn't really have what do they care about puppies over there?
Yeah, they don't care.
A
about
lot of
puppies.
Asia doesn't give a fuck.
But that's like
and
the
Africa,
American
bro.
They're
thing.
beagles.
It's like,
And they're
okay, it's
beagle
illegal.
puppies.
It's illegal. Yeah, it's so sad. Beagles are fucking adorable.
John Wick is gonna kick his ass.
I hope John Wick.
Charlie Brown does not
All
approve.
their asses.
Well, isn't that where John Wick went? Like in that third one where he's like
Morocco.
killing people with Halle Berry. Was that
Close.
Tunisia?
That was Morocco, right?
Morocco? One of those shithole countries over there. Yeah.
Morocco's like right below
Big
Spain.
difference.
Yeah,
Morocco's
they're all pretty terrible over there. Let's not kid ourselves.
What do you have against Africans, bro?
He was in the army. He hates brown people. Everything in the Middle East.
I mean, it's
and
the only
Middle
reason
East
why I
is
was
fucking-
there. I mean, why do you think I have Rob? I mean, not Rob. Rob's white. I mean, Rich. Rich. Why do you think I have Rich here? It's to make sure that
You're gonna
people
forget
stay off
that-
my trail.
You're gonna forget that me and Josh are Polish.
I'm Polish too, so it's all
Oh,
good.
you're Polish too? What am I, Polish?
Rich, what are you? You're like
Puerto Rican and Cuban.
Okay. I like half of you.
The world may never know.
What's that?
I only like half of me too. So
Well, now we're wondering which half.
So in North Carolina, there is a fuck ton of Cubanos and Puerto Ricans, like both. And
really,
I got along fine with the Puerto Ricans. Fuck the Cubans, man. They were some assholes.
I tend to get along fine with the Puerto Ricans, and Cubans is hit or miss. It's very much hit or miss.
Yeah,
for me.
they're hit or miss. They're either like super chill and super white. They want to act really white, or they're just fucking. They want to fight you every time they see you. Like the Puerto Ricans were always cool across the board. The party, it was great.
Fuck yeah.
But what I'm guessing is that
That's
Rob,
That's
did the Puerto Ricans fund to have beagles tortured by ants like Dr. Fauci did? Because I think it might be something they did.
Yeah, thanks for circling
Cubans
back.
would.
The Puerto Ricans, I don't know if the Puerto Ricans did, but Fauci sure did, right?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well,
Why are you trying to blame it on me instead of Fauci, bro?
The Cubans, not the Puerto Ricans. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's right. The commies. They're a lot easier to blame.
I mean, it
But-
really is telling though, like just like that kind of experiment. Like there's a lot of this other shit that we just don't hear about. Like aside from like that, you have like Monsanto and stuff like that.
My thing is like, why is he not in jail right now? And
Because he's the political elite class.
right, and
Same
that
reason Alec
happens
Baldwin isn't in
across,
jail.
it happens across the board for Republicans and Democrats all the time. And I'm just like fed. There needs to be something, some sort of private organization that just like yanks these people up out of their homes and like throws them in jail.
Well, what did they violate? I mean, yeah, they took our money and they gave our money away to do all these different things, which is the reason why this bureaucracy
Oh,
is
he's
complete
lying,
bullshit.
perjury.
But- But
Lying under oath.
he was using lawyer speak, dude. He's never going to get hit for perjury. They're going to say, they're going to shake their fists at him and say, oh, he lied. And then, they're already on there on the NIH website, changing the definition of gain of function,
Mhm.
changing this, changing that. Nothing's ever going to come of it. The only thing that might happen is maybe he'll get fired if Donald Trump gets reelected or something like that, or if they actually find out that he himself was signing off on shit that got people killed. But he was giving people medicines in the 80s. Like he was giving the gays the anti-AIDS medication that was killing
Mhm.
everyone, right?
Yep.
So it's like he's been doing the same shit since then. It just shows these fuckers never face the consequences of their actions.
Yeah, they never
No.
do. Which means Fauci, you can just suck my dick. That's like if that's the most I can get. If you ever watch this, Fauci, you could suck on my dick and balls for this whole thing. That's
I mean,
it.
it's not even just him. Like this is like
No,
a
it's
great
not.
problem in politics and like Hollywood and shit like that, where it's like if you're rich and famous and you know the right people, you ain't getting in trouble. You're fine. It doesn't matter. You could literally fucking commit murder and you'll be fine.
You could literally fly on Jeffrey Epstein's plane to an
Look up-
island
look up-
and touch like underage women. Like come on.
Anyone who's watching this, look up the film Conspiracy of Silence. Like you will literally see an entire fucking story of how this one Republican politician did absolutely sick, horrific things to young boys, and the ones who ended up going to jail were his accusers.
Wasn't this the guy that was Speaker of the House at a point in
I
time?
believe so. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. There's an entire documentary about it that's considered one of the banned BBC documentaries.
I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and isn't it fucking wild that the thing that it took for anyone that was somewhat to the right, anyone that was somewhat to the left, like PETA or other people, the thing that took them to be outraged over Fauci was him fucking with animals. And I love dogs. I have a beagle mix too. I'd be completely horrified if something happened to it, but it's objectively worse what he did to people, locking people in their homes and pretty much lying and abusing children, like making kids mask up for no fucking reason and hindering their growth and their development. So all the things you can do to people who have actual rights and nobody gives a damn, at least nobody on the left. The moment well, yes, dogs are better than people, Joey.
Yeah, I won't
most,
argue with that.
most often, yes, they
Yeah.
are.
But you know what I mean? Like as soon as they find out something like that, and when he's done being useful, probably too, then
Yeah.
they're gonna attack him.
If he can be a fall guy for something. But yeah, it's the same thing with like the Afghanistan withdrawal. When did like everyone start like clutching their pearls? And because like, oh, the poor dogs, they're locked in their cages and left at the airport. What will happen to the dogs? I mean, like, I feel terrible for those dogs as well, but they didn't care about anything else that was happening there. But once it happened to Fluffy, you know, it's a big deal.
And you have to be pretty naive to think that they weren't doing these type of experiments for a while now. Animal testing is a very well-known thing.
Well, hasn't that always been like a big like theme for like years and years? Like when the old activists like, oh, we're going to throw paint on your fur because fur is murder and all that kind of stuff. You know, it really gets people going.
Well, yeah, that's a big thing even with like girls that I've known who, oh, this makeup company is great. They don't do any animal testing. It's like you really think that Fauci and his people would be above that? Like, come on.
Just the government in general, just giving
government or anyone in any sort of who has that sort of power.
Yeah, we don't do it here. We outsource that shit to Tunisia or.
Your Jordans were not made with Chinese labor. Your Jordans were not made with child labor in the United States, China. You know, nobody sees it, so nobody gives a damn.
No.
Oh, West Taiwan.
It's kind of not like whenever I went over to China, they have like 6 different kinds of New Balances, like 6 different kinds of Nikes. And
you've been to China?
You've been to West Taiwan?
No, I went to like mainland China and
West Taiwan.
Oh,
I apologize now. West Taiwan is not a country.
No, it's part of
Taiwan's not even a country.
Does Taiwan know that Taiwan's a country?
Taiwan is a country.
But do they know this?
They should stand up for themselves a little bit more. Maybe they would. Right? Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, kind of whenever you're making all the shit for the whole world, you have excess product, so you just sell that shit in your own family shop. And China, whenever it comes to like copyright and intellectual property, you know, they really don't care about that stuff, so they really don't crack down on like a family selling extra stuff in their shop in like some small area. It's a real thing.
I mean, there's like a lot of crazy like copyright shit with China and a lot of stuff. Like they just like
it's like on the big shit, on medical shit. They don't care. Like if America's like, you copyrighted this app, they're like, we don't care.
So Dickie, what is your favorite episode of The Sopranos?
A good go-to, and I use this for my Twitter handle, is the Pine Barrens episode. That's always a reliable one. If you don't know, it's where Chrissy and Paulie got stuck in the woods. They were following the Russian after they shot him, and we don't know if he lived or not, but they had a nice little adventure in the woods. That's probably my favorite. A close second. Oh shit. I don't know.
There's too many to choose from.
Exactly. They're all so good. Like,
have you two guys ever seen The Sopranos?
I feel so out of the loop because my only exposure to The Sopranos comes from the Mad TV skit, which is basically an episode of Sopranos censored where everything fucked up is cut out, and it's only like 5 minutes long. It's just like,
yeah, the only other word that you hear is
gabagool. Up stuff. It's not very much.
Yeah, exactly. That was the joke of the skit. Like it was censored for daytime television.
Well, they used to have it on A&E, and then it was very much like that. They cut out every other word. Rob, have you ever seen The Sopranos? Sorry, I just had to. I mean, that's what Dickie and I bonded over, so I had to start talking to him about.
I saw. I caught a little bit of it whenever I was a kid when my parents would watch it. I was thinking about going to see the movie though. I think the movie's coming out here soon. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Dickie, did you see it?
I haven't seen
the movie when it came out. I love Dickie Moltisanti. One, because we had the same name, and two, because I was chugging vodka in the theater just like he was doing on the movie. So, I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it was good. Kind of how like I'm making myself enjoy these Budweiser Zeros because I'm thirsty and I want beer, but it's not good. So it
Just like you're trying to enjoy yourself on this podcast, it doesn't mean that it's good.
I'm trying to enjoy myself on this podcast. It's nowhere close to good, but we're trying.
No,
It's all
no.
good, you know. If somebody laughs, then it's okay. It's funny, right? Is that how it goes? So
We're
yeah,
all
the
just out
movie-
here hanging. It just sucks that I mean, you're doing the right thing.
I mean, was it woke?
Huh?
Sorry,
Was
like
it
I'm
woke?
curious about the show.
Okay.
Like
It might
because
have
like
been.
it seems like every time Hollywood tries to fucking put out something new nowadays, I'm like, holy fuck, how are they gonna make this woke?
Okay, so here's the gripe I have with it. It was made by David Chase, who made the show, and he was amazing with the show. He put no agendas into it. He showed the good, the bad, and the ugly of every
Oh, did we
type
lose
of
him?
person, every race.
No. Oh, he's coming back.
He's like
Oh.
frozen.
Oh yeah, Dickie bailed out.
Did we lose him?
Fat Dave Internet bailing him out. I wanted to hear the gripe.
Damn
though.
you, Fat Dave.
I wanted to
All
hear
right.
the gripe though.
All
'Cause-
right.
yeah.
If
you
he
seen
ever
it?
comes back, we can hear because I haven't seen that movie yet.
Mm.
All right, Audible. Rob, you got anything right now?
I really wanted to talk about
Talk about it.
the metaverse and what is that thing? Like Facebook's talking about doing a whole metaverse. They're switching up their shit because now everyone's mad at them for everything.
Well, can
So
you
is it just a
explain?
name rebrand, or is there some other technology that I'm not like reading into?
I'm gonna Google it right quick. But I don't know. It seems like he's gonna have like gaming and stuff. Gaming's gonna be one of the ways he gets people to first come in, like VR kind of shit.
Good, he's gonna fail like Google.
All right.
Yeah,
Sorry
I
about
guess so.
that.
No, it's okay.
We need to know your gripe with the Sopranos movie still.
Okay, so what was the last thing I said? Because I don't know when I cut out.
You very beginning.
Okay.
Sort of
So,
like a
about the
Sopranos
movie,
episode. It just ended.
Here's why I was disappointed. So David Chase, wrote the show. He did a great job. He, portrayed everything well. He put a lot of good details into it. The movie, one, not only did it lack like attention to detail because the timeline was fucked up, like people's ages were incorrect and they forced details in where they didn't need to be, but like they didn't have like the war with the Columbos like Polly reference in the show. They had like this beef with a small time like book from these black guys. There's like 4 of them, and they gave them so much trouble, and they weren't even like a family. So you had one like mafia family. I'm spoiling it, but you had like a small town book of a couple black guys that got mad, and like I don't know. It seemed a little woke. It wasn't like overt, but compared to the show, it felt very forced, and I didn't like.
They had to
that.
force some kind of racial element. into
Yeah,
there.
they did. They had the riots. They overplayed it as far as how it seeped into the mob world because it really didn't. I watched this guy Michael Francis. He was a former captain in the Colombo family, and he reviews mob movies and shows, and he hated the movie. And that's what he said. He said there was really no race tensions between gangs, like the mafia, any black people, Irish gangs. He's like that wasn't really how it was in the movie. So I think they kind of forced that, but I still enjoyed parts of it. Like some of it made me laugh, like Uncle Junior yelling "your sister's cunt" like he does in the show. That was funny. But I enjoyed it, but it sucked. So if that makes sense.
So all right, now I know if I need to go out of my way to go see it. And
I would
so
watch it just to do it.
Just
If you have
because-
HBO, then watch it. You can stream
So,
it.
this might seem like a weird scale to grade things off, especially if you don't know the show. Are you guys familiar with the X-Files at all?
Mm-hmm.
Never
yes,
watched it.
but never
Okay,
watched
thank
it,
you,
really.
Rob. We're on the complete opposite side here. You and Rob, me and Rob here. Are familiar. I was gonna say, is it more
Thank
like
you,
the
dude.
first X-Files movie or the
You're
second
welcome,
one?
dude.
'Cause is it more like the first one or the first X-Files film or the second one? Because the second one was trash. The first one was actually pretty good.
There's
But
got to be a better metric.
Trash
The
or
only thing I
good?
can think of.
Franchise.
So I think I can
Oh,
think of
Lover.
What? So what are you doing? What are you doing now?
I don't
I'm
know, man. We're off
disappointed.
the rails.
that is
I'm
such a
disappointed.
great picture.
I'm going right back.
It is a great picture. The love that I see in your face is wonderful. I'm disappointed that there was never anything snapped of when I was on your lap, and was it Toad was in Cole's lap, or was it
Was he?
Reed? Yeah,
I don't
there's.
think Reed was getting in anyone's lap. See, I tried getting him in mine, and he's not about that. He's not about the public gay stuff. Behind closed doors, I know he's
Sorry.
from
All right.
Utah,
So it was
you gotta
Toad.
hide that stuff.
So Fat Dave was swaddling and holding Toad in his lap. I was in yours, and we were all stretched out having a good time. And then all these other kind of people started swarming and being really weird, watching us get drunk together.
Okay, that
Like,
was
y'all being gay,
to
I want to
me the
join.
weirdest thing. So
Hey,
What?
everybody, back to the big gay pile.
It was pretty much like that. Yes.
So what I didn't get, and this is just because I've never been to a Liberty event and I've never seen so many people that are just in this level of autism. Like I'm somewhat of a normal guy. I'm not that autistic like a lot of the Tower Gang dudes are.
Mm-hmm.
We get in a hot tub and first of all, everybody sees Reed. They see that fucking mustache and they're just like, Reed Coverdale. And he's like, what's up, guys? He's just so chill about it. They all want to talk to him. And they find out, oh, that's Fat Dave. They know who Toad is because he acts the fucking same way as he does on the show as he does in real life.
He just is Toad.
He looks like he is Toad. Fat Dave is the same way. And then he's had a couple drinks and he goes, hey guys, that's Dickie Walnuts. He makes the videos. And like somehow they know me. I'm like, how the fuck? Like they're like, oh bro, you're awesome. And so while we're having our little gay cuddle session in the hot tub, I just hear people talking theory. And that is the last fucking thing I want to hear when I'm drunk in a hot tub. It's you talking about physical removal and shit. Like, I don't want to be physically removed from this hot tub. I don't know what's going on. Like, don't fucking remove me. I'm chilling here. And they're like, oh no, we're talking about Hoppa. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. So,
No, I
Yeah.
very much feel the same way. This is like my second event I went to. My first was the convention that we went to in June, and the level of autism there was high, but not so bad as Tom Woods 2000. It's like there's like a core group of us just acting like normal people, having fun, getting shit faced and
fucking
everything.
each other in the hot tub. Normal
I
shit.
mean, it's normal to do that.
Yeah.
Didn't you know that? But
Yeah, I knew that.
it just swarmed, just people all around, just chilling out. See, look at that. Look how
Look at that love.
Look
That's
how
pure.
normal.
And this is the first time we met each other. We just knew how this was going to be.
Absolutely.
But just being swarmed by as many people, just I can't handle it sometimes. It's
I
a little
couldn't.
too much for me.
I was
I don't.
sober at the beginning, and I'm looking at Reed like, is this how it is every time you go to an event? And he's like, pretty much. Like,
Pretty much.
yeah. And so I'm like, fuck. So I dumped half of that fifth of whiskey into my sweet tea and just drink it all. So by then I was having a good time. I didn't care. You can talk theory. I had Duke in my lap, so I was happy. So once that hit, it was smooth sailing, I think.
You
I gotta
definitely fed me a few of those iced teas, and let's see.
They were good.
Oh, this one.
What is that?
What was this? What Michael saying?
He said he walked up, or you walked up, and they were talking about the Florida Mises Caucus, and you were like, nope, and just turned around.
Oh yeah, this is not where I parked my car. I'm like, this is not what I'm here to do this weekend. I'm here to have a good
get
time.
away.
Well, you're there to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
No,
Meet
All right,
people.
so
It comes up in conversation. That's the problem. And then I just snap
you
into
guys make
mode.
it come up in conversation. Like, so all right, Dickie. So
Well, yeah.
before we go to the convention, they're trying to figure out all the different Mises Caucus people to put into all these positions. and they come to me and they go, "Do you want to run for rules committee?" I'm like, "What the fuck does rules committee do?"
You're
Like,
like, "Fuck
"Oh, you like go
rules."
through all the bylaws and the Constitution and figure out what you want to write and how it's all gonna go." I'm like, yeah, if you guys need me, I'll do it, but I don't think this is for me." So weeks go on and we get to the convention. I start reading all like the packet of the rules and the Constitution and everything. I'm like, this is not what I have to fucking do. I am nowhere near as autistic as you need to be for this. And the people that beat me definitely have that level. And I'm so glad that they won over me. And they only, like, the third person only won by like 2 votes over me. I really dodged a bullet that day because I would have let you guys down. I would have let everyone down.
I forgot you actually ran
his
for that.
so I'm assuming the convention is nothing like Tom Woods. You're not going to be
No.
getting
No.
wasted. So this is all business.
We were
shit.
getting
So-
wasted.
It's not
Yeah.
fun.
So,
After,
Duke, you said like there was more autism at one and not at the other. I would say it was the opposite, man. Tom Woods was more of a party scene, and
Dude,
meanwhile,
So here's the thing: the Tom Woods thing. Before, well, even during, you get these autistic people during the party while they've had 4 or 5 drinks in them, and just the verbal diarrhea of autism spills out even worse. I think that's how it went. That's maybe how I got more autistic.
that's about
No,
how it goes. But at least 2 girls made out at Tom Woods. That didn't happen. That never happens at any libertarian
Tom
event
Woods
ever.
was a party place, bro. like people won't believe it by listening to his show, but man, that man can party.
But see, that's what makes all the autism stand out even more, Mitch, is that at the convention, you're expecting people to be like nerdy and awkward and everything like that. You get people in like a massive group that are just cutting loose, and then these people don't know how to act, especially if they have a couple drinks poured down into them, and it's just all bets are off. They're like picking people up and running off with them. They're freaking sitting in the corner talking about theory and touching their belly buttons. It's really weird shit going on over there,
So
man.
it was very interesting because, like I said, I've never been to one of these. I've never seen anything like this. So the nerdy motherfuckers who can never talk to a woman still couldn't talk to a woman, but they like halfway wanted to. So they would like halfway approach and be like, and then run away. It's like I watched it happen in real time. It was the funniest shit, and I'm glad that's one of the things I can remember because I couldn't believe how many nerds were there because I thought libertarian people, especially Mises Caucus people, were like the Tower Gang dudes, just autistic, but also dudes, like you guys that can get down, have a good time, and just be bros. And like there's fucking Steve Urkel walking around, and there's like a million of them, and I'm like, I'm not built for this, man. Like, where's the jocks? So that's why I did not sit for the speeches and shit. I went out with our crew out to the lobby, and that's where the real fun was because I found Josh. I found, a whole bunch of other people. I hung out with Fat Dave, Duke, and the 5 like Liberty women that aren't ugly or married were out there. And it was a great time. I tried wrestling Josh a few times, and Nick Ashley spurred out and kept grabbing me. It's like, stop. Oh, that's the
Behave
thumbnail,
yourself,
isn't it?
Dickie. Behave yourself.
Exactly. And I tried to take an inventory of how much I drank, and I think I ended up with, in total, almost a fifth of whiskey, half of that bottle of tequila that I had that I was fucking waving around. I'm sure they talked about it on Tower Gang, and whatever drinks people were buying me. So if it wasn't for Leighton helping me out with that damn weed pen, I would have probably felt even crazier. I don't know.
Did Toad buy you a 911?
I wish. No, we made sure we stayed away from the bartenders after his slip.
Yeah,
I mean, I was there when he ordered it, bro. That was my introduction to Toad.
I
Like,
was
had
so
never
mad that I
met
wasn't
him.
there to see that.
absolutely.
I was just standing there, and I just heard this guy over my shoulder, like, "Yeah, I'll get a Blue Moon," and I just hear a voice, "Yeah, and I'll have a 911 cocktail." And the look on the bartender's like, "Excuse me?"
A 9/11. What is that? What even is that?
Manhattan 2 Kamikazes.
Oh,
You gotta say it in
damn.
Toad's
I know
voice.
because I was listening to it.
It's a
Like,
Manhattan with 2 kamikazes. So-
yeah, he literally said that. Like, literally, I'm standing there like, what the fuck? bro.
And then he asked the
literally
bartender,
asked for the meme.
"What's your ass to penis ratio?" After he gave him a drink.
Did he? Did he really?
No.
Oh my god.
It's
Welcome
funny,
back,
though, 'cause
Tim.
Toad is Toad. He
Hi.
will talk about the same stuff that he does on the show in person, and it's hilarious. It's very unique. That's how he does it.
I never talk about any of this shit when I'm not here. I'm actually a good Christian boy. I only read the Bible when I'm not
That's
on the
true.
show.
We had a
That's
Bible
why I
study
act
in his
so
room
weird.
afterwards.
Hmm?
We had a nice Bible study together after breakfast.
We did, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you had to pray the
Don't know
gay
what we
away.
I mean, something's got to get rid of that gay.
Had some
stench,
Lord's
you know?
Supper, some mass. That's where the tequila got involved.
Masa.
Yes. Well,
No easy way to segue from that.
I don't know.
Well-
I could hit one of these buttons, but I'm just not gonna.
Are we that bad? I didn't
there a
think I was
porn
bringing
button?
the heavy duty gay stuff to the show.
Do you want me to bring up the Pornhub video? I mean, at this point, we should just go ahead and.
Wait,
Sure.
we're on Pornhub?
Mhm.
Let me see
I
it.
don't know. I heard some
No,
of those
it's
gun
fun.
channels were making bank on there.
Let me see it. I've
Yeah,
subscribed to your channel.
No,
Y'all's
but
channel.
seriously, if I'm on Pornhub, I want to see that shit because I don't remember like signing off on any waivers. Dickie, what did you do?
The Pornhub channel.
Yeah,
I didn't
why'd you
put
set it up?
anything of. Well, I blacked your face out. I blurred it out, but the shiny head is very distinctive.
This is
Jacuzzi
bad.
Bear.
So and I
Jacuzzi
might
Bear
have-
takes on Five Guys.
You better have a VPN on, bro.
Please don't be pulling up any real gay porn on this thing because I do not consent to that. No.
I clicked and it did something. I don't want to click. I was fake
Some dude at
clicking.
the NSA is watching you right now. Like, the fuck is wrong with this guy?
No, the people that are being punished are being forced to watch this.
How about that drunk guy? Do we think that drunk guy was actually a drunk guy, or do we think?
What are you
Well, the
talking
one
about?
guy thought he was
Set
on
up.
drugs.
Yeah, we
What?
thought the
Oh, the
drunk.
guy that tried to attack Michael Malice.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, well, the guy who was like shouting at Mike. I don't know. I think he really attacked him. I think he was just like having a bad trip or something.
Bye,
but,
Dickie.
like,
You scared off
lost it
Dickie.
again.
Someone said he was set up. Oh, he's back in here, throwing his hands. Hey.
Well, what happened was one of the people who tackled him, we were hanging out with him later on down by the pool, and he was explaining, it's like, dude, I think that guy was on something because basically, they pulled him aside and, trying to, settle down, man. This is actually all part of the act. And he was just like, nothing was getting through to him. So either
Well, he
so
was
far
slamming
drunk that
drinks
he was
like
far
crazy.
gone or on something else.
And he was totally blacked out because people were saying he was slamming drinks. He actually got cut off at the bar outside.
Yeah.
So,
Very
Damn.
belligerent.
I
I think
didn't
he
even get
thought
cut
that
off.
Michael Malice's mask was like him actually wearing a mask and not
Yeah,
covering
shit.
up for the fact that he doesn't know how to be a ventriloquist.
I mean, it was a
And,
pretty
Okay,
epic-
so you guys haven't heard the story. You guys haven't heard the story behind this. Then I think it was Tom Woods that told the story. So you have to go back and listen to his podcast where he talked about it. I'll have to find it for you later for the autism.
Link
But,
it for the
this
autism.
guy, yeah. So this guy apparently he had a family member or something die recently, and he wasn't allowed to be with them when they died because he wouldn't wear a mask or something like that. And so yes, he was drunk at the Tom Woods event, but when he saw Michael Malice come out wearing a mask, he just got like super personally offended by it. And then so being super drunk, having a real life relationship thing actually happen, that just sent him over the edge. So it wasn't a bit. Security was definitely like concerned because they didn't know what to do. They're like, if it is a Michael Malice bit, we're not going to get in. We're not going to interfere. But it actually wasn't. Like the guy was having a real reaction. He just had no filter because he was drunk. So
well,
You know how
see,
much better it would be if security actually ruined a Michael Malice bit? That'd be even better.
that'd be great.
it would have been far
It
more
would have been
epic.
the ultimate troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have hoped they
Everyone
did. Malice fucked me up with that puppet, bro. I'm not even gonna
Well-
lie. I was standing right next to Tim.
He
And-
trolled us, bro.
So
Tim,
you
I-
were the nerd
I had to calm
watching
Tim
it.
down. He
But
was
see,
I was
that's the
getting
thing.
mad, dude.
Why
When
did
I
you tell
heard-
me you guys went outside? I'm almost offended by that.
Yeah, when I heard that someone went up there and
We're up
started
front.
yelling at Malice, I thought it was Tim because when he first brought out the doll, Tim was in the back like, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
What is going on? I'm like, dude, calm down, calm down. He's like, no, I wanted someone else. This is not cool.
All of my friends thought it was
Came
me.
all the way out here.
Everyone thought it was you.
They're
you guys were probably the only ones on the same
somebody
level.
got drunk and charged the stage. Oh fuck! I hope it wasn't Dickie. because
Going
I
up
was
there,
sitting
Clint?
with Clint. I was sitting with Clint and Ashton Birdie, and I had the Cuervo bottle at that point, and I'm chugging it, and that's what I kept putting in Clint's face, like, "Hey man, take a shot." He's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, faggot," and I just kept drinking it. I give Ashton some, and she's like, "No, like it's all good," and I'm like, "Bitch." So I just keep drinking some more, and I ask Ashton very loudly, like, "Where the fuck is Alex Jones?" Because I thought he was coming on, and she's like,
Right.
"Oh no, he told me he's not coming." I got so pissed when she said that. I chugged some more of it, and I start fucking screaming threats in Italian at the stage, and Clint is just like, "Holy shit, what language is that?" First of all, secondly, what are you saying? And third, like, bro, calm down before we get kicked out. So I left and I took my energy out into the lobby, and it was much safer out there, except for when I tried to wrestle Josh.
I mean, he's a big man, and he was pretty far gone himself. Because when I saw him lumbering around in the back of the convention area or whatever, I just say, "Oh, hey, Josh, how's it going?" And he just kind of stumbles up towards me and puts his big old head on my shoulders, and I'm like, "All right, yeah, that's nice. You go right ahead." But it was nice seeing him.
Oh yeah. Did you see the huge motherfucker that was hanging with Josh? That guy was slamming drinks all night. And this guy was like 6'6". I have a picture of him somewhere. Just like dark. I think he was bald, had a dark beard, and he was just walking. He was hanging around with Josh the whole time. And it was like he was his bodyguard. But oh my gosh, that dude was scary. And he was drinking like a motherfucker.
Well, he probably has to slam about 20 beers to feel anything.
I think so. He was that big.
Damn.
So, Rob.
Yeah.
Did you have time to look up the metaverse?
Yeah, it's basically just a virtual world within the internet. A metaverse is like a general term for that.
I know, but what is this whole Facebook metaverse?
Yeah,
you're supposed to look that up, weren't you? So we could talk about it.
I gave up on that. Yeah. No, I think that's what he's trying to do. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make a metaverse, and I hope he fails. I hope Zuckerberg fails.
So basically, what is going on is Facebook is taking all of its social medias, condensing it into one thing, and creating augmented reality for you to just chill in there. Is that what's happening?
It's called VR chat. Go.
Yeah.
You can go do it right now.
Yeah, VR chat's hilarious. I love watching Hank Hills come up like propane.
But so basically that's what he's doing, like, but marketing it in the way that it would be for Facebook for everyone. Like, you just gotta.
Pretty much a bunch of people have had this idea before, but he's like, it's my idea now, and we're doing.
Well, he's good at Mark Zuckerberg's good at doing that to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. You got zucked.
So
No, it's going to be gay, dude. That place is going to be fucking terrible. You're not going to be able to tell any good jokes. Everything's going to be fucking monitored. It's going to be trash. You could just go to VR chat and have so much more fun. So let him waste his money. Let Facebook go bankrupt trying to create the metaverse. The world will be better off without Mark Zuckerberg.
That's what I was saying
Facebook
earlier,
police
too. Like, Google
come
tried to
arrest
get in
you.
on gaming and failed.
They get like virtual Facebook police, and they come up to you and like, "We heard you said fag," and like they're gonna arrest you.
but like, what's the whole?
They're gonna find this show and arrest you guys for it.
I mean, I hope.
That's all right.
I hope I get arrested for something a little bit better than that. Like, they just actually come by and they say, "All right, I hear you're Polish," and they like, "Yeah, you got to go on the train." Just simple as that. I'd rather them like oppress me for that than this show, because that would really, really hurt.
It's almost like Australia at this point, man. Like that's where it's gonna get. Where
Here?
Here, yeah.
Another thing with the metaverse and VR chat, can you imagine how annoying the fact checkers would be? Like, you're just in the middle of a conversation and some motherfucker just like interrupts.
I don't.
It comes in with like an alarm, like the purge or something. Every time you say fag, and it just talks over you.
It shocks you. It gives you a shock every single time.
It vibrates your headphones, and so you go into like a fucking autism attack.
Yeah, like for every obscenity you freaking utter, they make you a little bit more blind because you're gonna have the freaking VR goggles on there. It's like we're stealing your sight because now you're not gonna be able to see any colors. Everyone will be the same when you're blind.
Mm-hmm.
It gives a blue light flash. So if you're epileptic, then you're fucked. You just die.
That's just how they're gonna purge you. First, they're taking all the people that have the bad hearts. Then they're gonna take all the epileptics out. It's just one at a time.
Stay strong.
Oh, no, my heart is perfectly strong. Tim, are you out at the field right now? Where are you?
You see all that? Well, yeah. Can you see the line of trucks behind me? I'm trying to get out of the way and look at the same time. There you go. By the truck stop.
Oh yeah, you're working night shifts now.
We should do a special Patreon episode where Tim finds like 10 lot lizards and we do a beauty pageant. Lot lizard beauty pageant.
So is Tim?
I'd have to get a CB
as well?
radio first.
Yeah, he's a trucker.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Oh my god, that line is long.
Yeah, so it
what's your
seems to be
favorite
a
gas
theme.
station, Tim? Are you the Busy Bee, Bucky's, or Pilot?
He's a flying J.
This one's a Pilot.
Oh, damn it.
Look, you can't
Bucky's
read
is the
this
best,
right
man. Dickie, we're not too far from a Bucky's, bro.
I'm
don't know if you've
right
ever
close
been.
to a Bucky's. So
Yeah.
here at Fat Dave's
Buc-ee's
house,
is
he's
awesome,
out
dude.
in Alabama, a little bit out west.
Oh, y'all are
He's
up
like
in
2
Cantonment
minutes
or
from Buc-ee's.
Beulah?
Yeah, I'm in Cantonment. So
Mhm.
Fat Dave's in Alabama, and he's right near the Buc-ee's.
Nice.
It's awesome. You should go there.
I've never been to or heard of Buc-ee's. So
It's all right.
They have like 30 feet of jerky, all different
What?
flavors and stuff. It's like a deli. Go fucking check it out.
They got everything.
They're super busy, but the line, you get through the line pretty quick because they're
Mhm.
fast.
Yeah,
They got barbecue. They got like pulled pork, brisket, all that good shit.
So it's like a trucker Wawa.
Oh, it's like a trucker oasis,
Truck-
man.
no,
Yeah.
no, it's not. No, it's not. Truckers aren't allowed.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Truckers are not allowed at Buc-ee's. They'll tow your truck.
Dang.
You're taking up
I
all the
went
money,
there.
all the spots.
I went there one time, and I parked my truck like in the furthest back place because I was like, I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna park back here. I just want to go get some jerky. I come back, and this guy is putting this like window-sized sticker on my truck, and it says, "We've tracked your number. If you ever park here again, we'll tow you immediately. You get one warning."
Dang.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Fucking squirrel don't play.
So-
Chipmunk don't play. Whatever he is.
Oh,
So,
A beaver.
It's a beaver.
Bucky the beaver.
Yeah.
Bucky the beaver. Okay.
Man, that beaver's an ass.
Yeah, it's an angry beaver.
It's a good show.
All right. Angry Beavers
I heard
was
my
a good
name.
show.
What?
I
I
didn't
said
say
your
your
name.
name, Tim.
No one said your name, bro.
No one say your name.
Okay, never mind.
So
All right.
now
for
that
the
Reed
fourth
is
best
dead,
Liberty trucker.
now that Reed is dead, who's the best Liberty trucker for real? Is it Top?
Well, Top said he drives around New York, so it'd have to be him.
That's tough. That's not easy.
Yeah, so it'd have to be him.
Damn, Tim, look at you showing off that side, dude.
That's side
Tim, I'm
boob.
surprised.
Like
I'm
that.
surprised that
Show
you.
them pits. Show them pitties. Show me your
You're
pitties.
weirding out the cashier. Okay, shut up, guys. I gotta leave.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Top. He was
That was
he was
going,
being awesome at Tom Woods. Every time I was wilding out, he'd come around, put his arm around me, like way up here because he's kind of short, but he'd be like, "Hey, yo, Dickie, you kind of you going off a little bit, man. Hey, calm down." I'm like, all right, and I'll go over to Reed because Reed he doesn't drink a lot, I guess, and he's just chilling there in the corner. He people watches. It's really weird. So I'm like, Reed, I'm fucked up, man. Help me out. Like, make sure I don't do nothing stupid. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. And so it was like the little angel and the devil on your shoulder. So like Top would come over. He'd be like, hey man, calm down. I'd be like, okay. And then 2 seconds later, I'd listen to the devil and I go right back with the friends. I'm chugging one down. And then I'd wander back over to Top or Reed. And I'm like, all right, I'll be good for like a minute. It didn't last very long. But shout out to Top. He tried. He did his best.
We all tried, Dickie. I was babysitting you for half the day. I needed someone to take.
You helped me wash my hands.
I did help you wash your hands. I held your.
You were in real form.
He
You
held
were
my
in real
dick.
form.
He pointed it in the right direction. He made
Yep,
sure I shot
yep.
it straight into the water so it wouldn't splash.
I pinched it and aimed it just right. And then I'm
He
like,
shook
all right,
it
come on.
3 times.
While holding his bottle of freaking Cuervo and his drink in my hand at the same time. So I was definitely multitasking. But someone had to make sure this boy kept his hands clean.
Yeah, COVID.
Yes, COVID, which is clearly on all our minds while we were passing each other joints. And,
Does anyone want to answer Joey's
bottles of
question
booze.
here? I think it's a valid
Speaking of Angry
question.
Beaver, your favorite Ryan?
What is your favorite Ryan Reynolds movie?
What movies
Probably-
is he in? Fuck.
It's a hard one, man.
I don't know.
I
I
got
actually, the only two I can think of were Waiting and Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that new one that he just did was actually pretty good. The blue shirt guy. No, blue shirt guy. I think it was just called Guy.
Mm-hmm. Van Wilder. He was in Van Wilder.
He
That's
was
pretty
in
good.
Van
Oh
Wilder.
yeah, Van
That's a good
Wilder.
one.
But I have an
That's what I'm
obscure
going to go
one.
with.
This one's on Hulu, and it's kind of crazy. It's called Voices, and it's supposed to be like a creepy
Oh
movie.
yeah.
He's a serial killer, and he can talk to his dog and cat, or he thinks he can talk to his dog and cat, and his dog's like, "I'll love you no matter what," and then his cat's like, "Kill her" or something. Like
Oh shit!
yeah, and he's like a serial killer.
And the
Sounds
heads
fucking
talk to him
insane.
too, right? The heads that he keeps in his fridge talk to him too, or
Yeah,
something
once
like
he
that.
kills the girls, he puts their heads in the fridge, and they like talk to him.
Wait, what is this on Amazon Prime?
No, it's on Hulu. It's
Hulu?
called, it's
never
called
mind.
Voices. Or
I'm not going to bother watching it.
So,
You
so
should
since you guys have picked all the good Ryan Reynolds movies, I guess I'll have to pick the only other one I can think of. Just Friends.
I mean,
Sounds gay.
Wait,
It's
Amy Smart.
a romantic comedy. No other way to
Amy
put it.
Smart is in there. Amy Smart is pretty hot.
That's
Actually,
true.
the stripper I took to junior prom looked very much like Amy Smart.
you took a stripper to junior prom?
You don't just
Yeah.
say that and not elaborate.
No, yeah.
How the hell you do
For
that?
junior
Refuse
prom,
to elaborate and leave.
yeah.
She was
you don't have to
she
know
was a
anything else,
senior.
guys.
Shut up,
Okay.
Dickie.
First of all,
No,
Not a
no,
There
she
was
wasn't a
stripper at my
senior.
house the other night.
There was a stripper at your house the other night.
no, that was
I'm gonna
Fat Dave's
refuse to
wife.
elaborate
Leave
and
her
leave.
alone.
Yep, bye, Dickie.
No, I'm in a paid one.
Yeah, in your house. I
You
don't care.
paid?
Dude, junior prom?
They paid you. No, they
She,
paid you.
she
to
was
strip?
among the group of lesbians that I had at my house last weekend.
Mhm.
It was a very interesting time.
Just because they don't want to fuck you doesn't make them lesbians.
Yeah. Hey.
Damn, he has a
So,
point.
speaking of the lesbians, I heard just some of the most stupid ass conversation I've ever heard was when I had a house full of just lesbian women. Like I'm out there smoking with Fat Dave. I go inside. His wife wasn't there. She was doing something out on like a business trip or whatever. And I just go in there and I hear, "Oh yeah, COVID this," and then one of them goes, I think it was the stripper. Well, the good news is all these, right wingers in Florida that are refusing the vaccine are dying because of it. That way, Florida will flip. And I'm pouring a drink, and I'm just like, okay.
She said that at Tom Woods. Like, look
No,
around,
it was
bitch.
at my house.
No, this is different.
She would not
No,
be at
these
Tom
are
Woods.
lesbians at his house. There were no lesbians at Tom Woods.
And then
Why
I think
did you allow
Fat
them
Dave-
at your house?
It was not up to me. So we have a housemate, and she's a lesbian. So they were all her girls, all her friends.
Gotcha.
Friend zone for
Wait.
sure.
At the very least, she's just wrong.
At the very
But
least.
that's interesting how that's like something people actually believe. They
Yeah,
believe that everyone who's not vaccinated is just going to die. Well,
Just gonna
Yeah.
die, yeah.
That's
I told her, I was like,
so-
I'm not vaccinated. And she's just like, why? And I'm like,
She threw herself
Fucking
against
physique.
the wall. She's like, ah! Get away!
no.
I just don't
It's like,
feel
look
like
at-
we need it.
It just goes back to what was, I think there was a Gallup poll or something saying that 80% of Democrats think that the hospitalization rate is like 50-50,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and something like 30% of Republicans thought that's like people really buy into the freaking fear porn on TV so much that they believe that this virus is hospitalizing half the people that get it.
Right.
It's like 0.5% of the people who get it have to go to the fucking hospital or something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not a scientist.
Malice that said this, and he was like, people are more scared of getting COVID than actually having COVID. They're so scared to have the diagnosis that, one, they're treated like a pariah because you're a second-class citizen if you get sick with anything, especially COVID. And they think it's going to kill them. They're more scared of that than when they actually have it, and they're like, okay, I can beat this. Unless they're a fat fuck and they fucking die. But
it's kind of like what he said is like, because if you catch it, you did something wrong.
Yeah.
You didn't follow the right things. You didn't wear the mask. You didn't get the vaccine. You are at fault some reason, which is ridiculous.
It's crazy how they've conditioned people quickly. It's really scary.
I mean, if you ask me, the corporate media is the real virus here.
Well, yeah.
Well, of course, they're the ones that are just.
Let's get into it, man. Get into it, bro.
Way to just kill the momentum, Mitch.
Just going, man.
Guys, I found out something. I think the media might be biased.
Are they?
I think so. I think they're not in our best interest. I think they're not actual.
You really think so?
I think so.
There's
I'm
this
a new libertarian, so who knows?
There's this 2-minute long clip, and it's pretty telling. It's just all the different news networks, like CBS brought to you by Pfizer. This is ABC brought to you by Pfizer. I don't know if you've seen it, and it's going back to like the early 2000s, late 90s, maybe even. And it's just like a 3-minute long clip of just Pfizer sponsoring all the news.
Of course.
I mean, have you seen
sponsor NASCAR?
Oh yeah, Mark Martin.
Mark Martin was a Pfizer car when he was.
Yeah,
like,
he had the boner
Mark
pill
Martin
car,
was
man.
shit, though. Mark Martin was shit.
I mean,
He kind of looked like a dick too.
He did.
I mean, have you guys seen the clip of the Sinclair soldiers?
Is anyone here actually a NASCAR fan? Before we get it,
I used to be.
I
was
I
always
can't
a-
stand.
Yo,
I was a
you
Matt
gotta love
Kenseth
NASCAR.
guy. I like the 17
Dale Jr.
car.
I'm named after Richard Petty, so
really.
Yeah.
All right. That's a pretty
North
good.
Carolina, man. NASCAR is like God over there. NASCAR and basketball.
So are you actually close to Duke, where you grew up?
I grew up in Durham. Yeah, so I used to
Oh.
work for Duke. I used to go to the games and shit. Yeah, grew up there all my life.
So, have you ever camped out? I went to Duke for like a school trip, and for the North Carolina game, you guys camp out for like months, and you put the tents on top of the pallets, so it doesn't soak in. You ever done that?
That's Shesheskyville. Yeah, it's usually about 1,000 to 1,500 people that are camping. It used to be a little more. So for the Maryland game, when they would play Maryland, when they were in the ACC, they would camp out. And for Carolina, they'd camp out for that one. So I never camped because that was a student thing. So you had to be a student. You had to register your tent. I didn't go to Duke. So, but I did like hang out there a lot before some games. Like you could just hang with the students, drink beer, and just chill with them. And it was so fun. It's fucking cool. It's like basketball Woodstock with college students. So.
Yeah, it was dead when I went there. I was pissed. I was like, "Damn, I want to see like a party going on around here."
Yeah, you hit it at the right time because usually it depends on if they're playing Carolina at home in February or in March. If it's February, I think it's like around midterms when it's that game, so they're not usually partying, something like that.
Yeah,
or March. I can't remember which one, but sometimes it's like a big party and sometimes it's dead. But it's
real
cool.
quickly, Rob, after this video, look up the Sinclair soldiers. It's just as crazy as this shit.
All right.
This is very dangerous to our democracy.
Health Watch, sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer. ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
It's fucking insane.
Brought to you by
CNN's getting paid.
Well, I mean, it isn't really that insane.
You get where we're going with this? It's not insane.
Who watches all of the cable news network? It's all like older people, so they're all the ones that need the boner pills. So they're obviously going to be.
I was
going to
say, don't they make Viagra?
Yeah,
Mark Martin drove.
Yeah, he drove the Viagra car,
He did.
and he was like the oldest guy on the circuit too. So it made sense that he would be the one that would drive the boner car.
I'm not gonna lie.
6-year-old
that's my
me
favorite thing.
finding out what Pfizer was just the best.
That's my
Go
favorite
number
thing
6.
about watching news networks like Fox News. Is like, do you have a hard time hearing conversations, and do you constantly speak way too loud to your family and friends? You might need a hearing aid. I want to be that age to where I'm like, yeah, I do speak way too loud to my family and friends, and I do not hear anything.
Especially on like the Florida channels, because Florida is so old. So
Oh
many
my
fucking old
God.
people. Which is weird. Because we're not even close to one of the top states of COVID deaths, and we got the oldest fucking population in America. So I don't know what the fuck.
I mean,
Yeah,
so something might have been going right.
Maybe, and I'm just putting this out there. Maybe not putting COVID patients in the senior living facilities helped.
Yeah, that might help.
So I was
Maybe it
living
was
in
their
New York.
maybe it
when
was
they
their
did that.
long history of wrestling gators as they grew up. It gave them the immunity to fight COVID.
You're living in New York, you said?
Yeah,
Dickie?
I was staying there for a little bit. So my wife is originally from upstate New York near Buffalo. And
Okay.
I took her up there to see her family in the spring of 2020 when all the COVID was going down. And we kind of just stayed there for a few months. And that was when the lockdowns hit. So, and it was in New York, which thankfully we were in a very conservative area of New York, and most people didn't really give a shit, but they still had very tight state mandates. So it wasn't like Florida where people say, fuck the law, I'm going to do what I want. They were more so personally chill, but they were like, well, Cuomo said we got to do this. And so they make you wear a mask, make you social distance.
Isn't
And-
that some like beta cuck shit, honestly?
Yeah, pretty much. And that was when we were finding out about the nursing homes. Before it became national news, we were hearing about, oh, so-and-so's hold up in the nursing home down the road and they're moving in COVID patients into there. And they're like, holy shit, my uncle so-and-so is going to die now because we thought COVID would kill you. And it probably will if you're old. If you're in a nursing home, it probably will fuck you up. And that's how I first heard about it. And I was telling people back home about it, and they're like, no, that's absurd. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And lo and behold, it becomes news. So I still can't believe they did that.
Layton had a good one. This Beagle torture is sponsored by Pfizer.
John Wick 4 is going to be sponsored by Pfizer.
He's got to get up somehow, man. But
Damn.
since we have Halloween coming up in a couple of days, what is everyone going to be for Halloween before we get to sign off here soon? Dickie, regale us with what you and your wife are being.
So we have 2. I posted earlier today on Twitter. I got back from my 2-week Twitter break, and I posted. I was Steve Irwin. My wife Rachel made a stingray costume, and we dressed up
Nice.
our beagle pit bull mix. We dressed her up as a crocodile. So that's what we were. And tomorrow, we're gonna be dressed up as Sully and Boo. But she has a Sully onesie, and I gotta be Boo. So I do my hair in pigtails, tie it up, and wear a pink shirt. So
You're going to be adorable.
I'm very adorable.
You are. Rob, what are you doing
So gay.
for Halloween?
Had a moment there.
Yeah, that was a moment. I know. I'm like half chub now just listening to you guys. So according to Tim's wife, I looked like Captain America, Duck Dynasty, Dragon Ball Z mixed with ginger. So I think you guys are looking at my costume. This is like
I thought that's just how you like laid around the house on a Saturday, you know?
just lounging in my Dragon Ball Z pit. Yeah,
I mean, it does look comfortable.
it's not because I got this thing whenever I was like in middle school, and I'm fat now, so it's like itchy on my belly. And I accidentally. So this is gonna be a weird story. I like shaved a part of my belly. I was just trying to trim it because it's so hairy. Ended up cutting it, so now I got like smooth belly
Shaving
but
your
hairy
belly?
chest.
What the fuck?
I got very itchy belly right now.
So wait,
People
Rob.
are gonna
so
die. gonna crash
So-
my fucking truck.
So you only shaved your belly. You didn't shave your like whole
No,
chest.
I'll tell you, I got like chest, but belly is smooth.
So you
Smooth
just said, "Well,
as
fuck it. I'm just gonna leave it like this."
Hold up, real quick. Joey has been dropping some dingers in the chat. He said I'm Sergeant Dangle. I assume that's because of the shorts. I hope it's because.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. I didn't see that. That one.
He's had some good jokes tonight. I've seen him.
Joey's funny. Show us Rob. Oh, you want to see the belly? Okay.
Joey is
He's
one of
gonna
our
take his
loyal
fucking
swamp
clothes off.
This
creatures.
show.
Oh my God.
What have you done? This is turning into
You see
James
the
Weeks.
chest? And now the belly is smooth.
Damn.
What the fuck,
I
dude?
bet
It's
it-
got James Weeks
You
real
know the
fast.
problem with that is
You
when
think
you
I'm
put on a
lying?
tight T-shirt.
You think
it
I'm lying
sticks
to you
like
on this
Velcro.
podcast?
Do your
Oh,
shirts
Dickie.
stick like Velcro?
My
now?
lawyer, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not a lawyer.
My not lawyer.
Rob,
You just got to wear belly shirts, dude.
Someone was saying we need to bring the crop top back. Someone said that to me.
Rob,
like,
that's
this
what I'm
week.
saying. Like now, it's gonna be like Velcro every time you put a T-shirt on. It's just gonna stick.
Yep.
It sucks.
You
It's so
pull your
icky.
shirt off. It's like. So
I'm
just
never
wear the
even
crop
trimming.
top.
I'm never even trimming it. It was just getting like Austin Powers. So I was like, I just want to trim a little bit.
But just your belly.
No, I was gonna trim the chest too, but I didn't want to risk it. I was like, I'm not going full.
You didn't
Do
want
not
to
do
I'm not
chest.
going full
Never
smooth.
trim the chest. You will get ingrown hairs like a motherfucker.
That's what I got. Ingrown hairs all on the belly now. It sucks. Are you happy, Michael? Are you happy now? That's funny.
With that, you boys think we get close to wrapping this up?
No, because you didn't tell me what you're dressing up for as Halloween.
Oh, no one. I got distracted by Rob's belly. It totally just threw me off.
Threw the whole
Uh,
segment off.
Yeah. No, I'll finish off. Tim, what are you gonna be?
Oh, I'm gonna be like a tiger wrangler. We're taking my 2-year-old to the fall festival in Polk County, and she got to pick her costume yesterday. She picked out a tiger because she kept pointing at it and saying "cat, cat," and we're like, "Okay, fine, you could be that." So now I'm gonna chase her around, hay bales and shit. Do that on Sunday.
Who cares?
What the fuck?
Hey, fuck you!
What? No, that sounds super wholesome. Rob's just jealous. Mitch, what are you doing?
I'm jealous of the smooth belly.
Well, I'm working, so I don't know how much I'm actually going to be doing that night. But
But you can
on
still dress up
standby,
and go
I
to work.
always- What?
You can dress up and go to work.
Maybe.
You should
But-
go.
I used to
As
go to
the
work as a
occult-
disgruntled employee. Do that. Bring a
Oh,
gun.
but then I would just be being myself.
Yeah.
But if I had known that Duke was going to ask this, I would have wore the proper Hawaiian shirt because I always have the Tommy Vercetti outfit on standby.
Don't you work at an undisclosed pet store?
Yes.
Okay. So you're just gonna go in and just beat dogs? Just
Grand Theft Auto the fuck out of that shit.
Are you gonna give them gain of function research chemicals?
I don't think that pet shop is that advanced.
Nah.
No.
This isn't
He
PetSmart.
loves that new
For
toy.
Christ's sake.
Oh, okay.
Rob, we're
What
gonna have
were
to
you
take
going-
that thing. Rob, we're gonna have to
What were
take
you
that thing
going
away
as?
from you.
No, because these aren't even the sounds for you guys. I have
The-
sounds for you guys.
The guy
No,
from Grand Theft Auto Vice City, because I have the pink aviators
Not
and
you.
the Hawaiian shirt.
I
He
heard
doesn't
you.
care.
I didn't hear what Duke said.
No, I'm just gonna be Rick Sanchez because my niece got me the costume. So
Oh, that's awesome!
gotta do what you gotta do. I think I can probably pull that one off pretty good.
Riggedy wrecked.
Oh, I'm already that. So I'm gonna definitely be ready to go tomorrow.
It's gonna be fun. Tim, I think you should be Joe Dirt. This guy's saying get a blonde mullet wig. I think you could definitely pull off Joe Dirt.
Wait, who said that?
Oh,
Oh,
that was
okay,
Kelly. sorry.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Okay, so you guys don't know. I already have all that stuff. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll bring it on next show. I'll have my wife dig it out. But yeah, I got the mullet. I got the vest and all the stuff and the hat. And, yeah, we can do Joe Dirt, no problem.
The Daisy Dukes.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
rock the Daisy Dukes though?
Actually, that's why I made this shirt was because I had a Joe Dirt like character. Yeah.
Just remember, if Ron Paul could rock the Daisy Dukes, so
We all
Hey,
can.
man.
Hey,
I mean,
That's
skies
right.
out, thighs
him
out.
definitely can. He has a great body for a trucker. He's very slender.
Mm-hmm.
Who did?
I'm
How to
impressed.
do it.
You have a very slender
You.
frame, Tim.
Yeah, you're not a fat fuck of a trucker. You're a slender fit one.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what these
Lot of
other
meth.
truckers don't get. Like Reed, he just sits back like this all day and he's a long haul trucker. So like me and Top are more fit because we have to get out and actually unload this fucker. We don't pay somebody to do that. So that's what keeps you fit.
So he just said that Reed is fat. Is
I
what
didn't say
he
Reed
said.
is fat, but he does have a big ass fucking head. That was no joke.
He has a huge head.
Yeah, that is
Hey,
true. I
man.
never even
What he's
noticed that.
saying is Reed should just nut up and pick those bulldozers up off the trailer himself and just move them.
That's right.
Stop
I mean,
being a
Stop being a
only
pussy.
bitch,
acceptable.
bro.
awful lot
The
of
only-
shit talking here.
Only acceptable course of action.
Fucking cold.
It's
It's
gonna.
gonna be cold.
It's not going to be
cold.
cold.
He
It's
lives-
going to be like
Lately.
70 degrees.
Talking about Florida?
Yeah, you live up north, man. It's gonna be colder.
Oh, for you guys?
hmm
Yeah.
Anyone in the north?
All right,
All
boys.
of them.
We about
Dickie,
to wrap
you got
it
any
up.
plugs? You got any plugs you
Yeah.
want to put in
Shit.
there, Dickie?
Yeah. Twitter __ Baron
Oh.
on Twitter. Also, one more time, I'll give the birthday shout out to CD McRae, Lady ANCAP on Twitter. She's my sobriety coach. She's doing a good job, and she's also launching a new podcast. She has one episode up already. It's called The Whiskey and Tea. Oh, I didn't do it right. You have to do like Unicorn Daddy, show the gun, and make her wish a happy birthday. So
Nice.
follow me on Twitter, and peace out.
Anyone else?
Sweet.
Any plugs
I'm
to
going
put?
last, so get
I
your
got
shit
some
in there.
plugs. I just thought we'd all go around the circle.
Go ahead, Mitch.
All right.
Last.
Well, I guess go follow me at CypherpunkScribe on
Let's do
Twitter. Probably gonna change that here soon, so this might be the final time that I'm saying go follow that. But also go check out the Libertarian Frontier on TeePublic and go buy some merch.
You're
Rob?
not allowed to advertise merch anymore until you make a Meaty Balls t-shirt, so Joey stops bothering us about that shit.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Meaty
Give me a
flesh
picture
balls.
of Dave Smith's head.
As always, Luchadors of Liberty on the Higher Frequency Podcast Network. But I'm going to be taking a hiatus here soon to study for the bar, so won't be doing much of that. I'll just be doing these. And if you like college football, go check out College Football Extravaganza. Same place.
Tim?
You don't have anything?
I don't have
dude?
any plugs.
Okay.
Follow me at DK
Well.
_Chastain on Twitter. The Duke Chastain. Nothing else. Go ahead.
All right, so thanks, Dickie. Thanks for coming on, man. It was good getting to know you a little bit better. I wish I would have recognized you at Tom Woods so that we could have hung out more. But to be truthful, I probably wouldn't have remembered anything anyway. So this was
Same.
good. Come next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Karen Ann Harlos on. So if you're not subscribed already, fucking do that because we're going to have the Queen here. And we got a lot of guests lined up after that. Next month is going to be No Nuts November. We're going to have nothing but ladies on. So get ready.
That's right.
And that's it. That's all I got to plug.
Yep.
Follow us
We're gonna have-
everywhere at Real
Oh, yeah.
Swampcast.
So,
We're
yeah.
going to have more women on our podcast next month than you will see at any live libertarian event ever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yes. So the rundown we have is we're going to have Karen Ann Harlos next week. Following week after that, we're going to have the Florida Mises Caucus Ladies Night. After that, we're going to have Ashton Birdie. We'll see if we can get her to quit midstream. And to finish up the month, we have the bass blonde herself, Angela McCardle. So we got a nice little lineup coming for us. After that, we'll try to get some more fascinating people on there. Dickie, I appreciate you coming on and dealing with the shit show. I know we kind of
It
just
was
fumbled
fun.
our way through it, but hey, it was a fun little Halloween
What
episode.
we do.
Hey, it is what it is. Love you, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, boys. I had a great time.
Enjoy yourselves.